It's 4:30 a.m. and last night we slept in the most expensive tent I've ever slept in my life. We've taken a bus from Puerto Natales to the entrance of the Torres del Paine National Park in Chile, hiked up the first leg of the W trek to our campsite, Chileno. We did the rocky climb up to the base of the towers, hiked back down to Chileno, ate noodles, and now it's 4:30 a.m. the next day.
We are brushing our teeth sitting at the edge of our tent.
Okay, so the plan is we're going to dump these big bags at the reception area here, and then we're going to head up back to the towers for sunrise. Hiking in the dark is kind of meditative. You can only see where your headlamp is facing, there's less talking, just you, your thoughts, and the sound of nature.
So there are some really handy reflection lights like this, and these lights just tell us that we're heading in the right direction.
We continued back through the forest, across streams and over rocks until we reached that bit again. The rocky part where the trail turns into rubble and you're hiking up and up these loose rocks. This temperature is so weird as we trudge through this forest in the dark. When you get near the water, it's really cold. When you get a bit higher up, it's actually really warm, and there's some quite warm breezes coming through. Jumpers and jackets have come off. We're just walking in t-shirts, which is so rare for a sunrise hike. But it's really not that cold. This is so much harder than yesterday. I think a combination of sore legs, not sleeping too well, waking up at 3 a.m. First glimpse of the Torres.
We've made it to the top now. We are at the towers, which you can see over here. And we made it in great time, and the sun is just starting to come up.
So round 2, we've made it. It is 7 a.m. So you can see the sun reflect off Torres del Paine now.
And it gets brighter and more epic as time goes on. Legs sore, food rationed, but boy was this absolutely worth it. We really are in Patagonia now.
It's crazy how much preparation we did to actually get here. This is a whole day away from the UK, and we finally made it.
Sam is hiding from the wind behind a rock.
It's a pretty epic sunrise, really, because you can see the line of the sun slowly creeping down the mountain. Then you can see the reflection of that sun in the glacier water. This has to be up there with one of the top sunrises. And every time you think, this is like so amazing, this is the best bit, we'll leave soon, it changes.
This is the best now.
A nice rock there, have you?
I have found myself a nice rock. This is a great rock, but I think this is the best view of the whole house. Ooh. This would be a great place to get engaged.
As the wind picked up and the sun had fully risen, we descended back the slippery rock to Chileno.
We are back at camp now, having our final breakfast before we head off on the long old walk to Camp Frances, which is about 6 hours away. 10:30 now, so we've been up for about 5.5 hours. We spent 2 hours up, 2 hours down, and about like an hour and a half just watching this massive rock. Breakfast this morning, oats with peanut butter, banana, raisins and dates, like normal. And the drip coffee, the incredible drip coffee that Sam's making here.
Reunited with the big bag. Yay, the big bag.
You're now leaving Chileno. It feels like we've been here for ages.
We hit the road again, back down the first leg of the W along the Ascencio Valley.
Scenery as beautiful as I remember. Even actually nicer because the weather's got better.
This time we walked facing the valley, which was pretty epic. The rolling hills in the background here really do look like a painting. We descended towards Lake Nordenskjold in the distance. Hiking up for sunrise was definitely taking its toll on our energy as we hiked through this epic scenery with the lake looming closer on the left and the mountains on the right.
We've just looked at the map and realised what a mammoth walk this is going to be today. Having already done this sunrise hike this morning, we've got another 13 kilometers to get to Frances.
The advantage of hiking at weird times is that the trails are just so quiet, and at this point we hadn't seen anyone for hours. The trail suddenly opens up to one of the W Trek's most beautiful stretches, Lago Nordenskjold.
made it to the lake. Still another 4 or 5 hours to go, I think. Scenery is epic though. We are having a break and a snack to reward ourselves because now we can see the lake in all its glory. Incredibly bright blue, and in the background you've got these rolling brown hills and then the snow-capped mountains in the background too. Sitting with my back to a rock, out of the sun, eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich whilst watching the lake. So blue, so long, clear blue skies. We were kind of warned about coming to Patagonia at this time of year, the end of March. We got told it's coming into their winter. The weather's going to be really variable, but we've got sun. And to see this giant blue beast here, it's just ridiculous. There are lots of bits of trail that are basically just streams, and it's really strange, which is why hiking boots are definitely recommended. I think apart from the Torres del Paine, which was incredible, this is one of the best views we've had all trip.
On a calm day like today, it just looks unreal, like someone's turned the saturation all the way up. Glacial lakes get that incredible turquoise colour from something called glacial flour. As a glacier slides over the landscape, it acts like sandpaper, crushing the bedrock into ultrafine powder. And when this powder washes into a lake, it floats in the water instead of sinking. These tiny particles are just the right size to scatter sunlight. They absorb the longer wavelengths like red and yellow and reflect the shorter bits like blue and green back into your eyes. That's your science lesson for the day. Walking along this lake is incredible, but it does feel like it's never ending. And after hours of walking with the lake on one side and the mountains slowly growing in front of you, you finally reach the base of Los Cuernos, the horns. And up close, they really look even more dramatic than they do in the photos. These peaks are famous for their sharp, curved edges, almost like a row of giant stone tusks rising from the earth. What makes them so striking is the colour. A dark, almost black band of ancient sedimentary rock sitting underneath a cap of pale granite. They look like they're layered, like someone has sliced the mountain open and left the geology exposed. This contrast is really what gives Cuernos their signature look.
That looks like Cuernos, set underneath this massive mountain.
Cuernos looks so nice and inviting. In hindsight, if we'd known we were going to do the hike twice, this probably would have been a better spot to stop at. Looks a bit like Switzerland, like you're in the Alps.
And finally, we reached Camp Cuernos. It feels like a natural finishing point for the day, the kind of place you just want to drop your bag and call it home. But this is Patagonia, and of course we are not done. Our camp for the night isn't here, it's at Frances, tucked further up the valley. It's only a short hike to Frances, but after a 4 AM start and a full day on the trail, it really feels like the final little push you've got to grit your teeth and just do.
I've got a little bit more motivation now because we're on the final stretch-ish, and also we've seen Cuerno, which is civilization that we've not seen in absolutely ages. And we want that for ourselves. It's only 2.5 kilometers. It's the closest we've been to this lake, isn't it? And you can hear the glacier cracking in the distance. Quite ominous.
With the light fading, we finally reached Camp Frances.
I've never been so happy to see a campsite in my whole life.
Oh my god, we made it. We made it. That was so long. We've been walking since 4 AM and it is now 7:30 PM.
Frances is also very bougie. It has a glass central eating area, open camping area, and our tent, a pre-erected tent on stilts.
So we've made it to our tent.
And it's the same company, so no surprise, it's exactly the same side of tent as the other, which we were happy with. For some reason, with our tent this time, we got a voucher for a free drink.
We are now safely in the campsite, in the cafeteria, eating our instant noodles as usual. We got a cheeky little welcome drink as well.
Cheers to the longest walking day I think I've ever had in my life. Well deserved.
The glamorous life of eating noodles from a bag with a spork.
Altogether, this is the biggest day on the W Trek, with around 23 kilometers, nearly 1,000 meters of elevation gained and over 12 hours of hiking. But we're set up in the perfect place to hike up to the Britannico viewpoint and almost get blown over by the strongest winds we've ever faced. Make sure you're subscribed for episode 3.